Come on in under the canopy of success. Today we're going to be talking about Thor, the largest RV manufacturer in the world. And then, of course, you saw RCDRV.com, and we're a top 50 dealer. That might be a big deal to you. I don't know, but it should be. I was just watching the March Madness tournament, and there were 68 teams fighting with everything they could to get into that tournament. We're top 50, so if you'd like to deal with somebody who's unranked, that's up to you. But I don't know about you. I want to deal with somebody who's ranked, 50 years plus, family-owned, third generation. We do great business here at RCD. So let's start our walkthrough here. This is a 2026 Chateau 21Z. And when you start on the outside, people forget that the awning is valuable real estate. This is where you hang out. Listen, if I'm out camping, this is where I want to be. So this is a 15-foot awning. So you have a nice space. Even if it's gently raining, you still can hang out outside. Most people, when they're camping, you're going to have rainy days, but most people, when they're camping, they're going to go to good destinations, especially if you're down in Florida or Arizona in the winter, and you're going to use this valuable real estate. This is my favorite spot. Hang out on the outside. Take advantage of that 15-foot awning. Now, as we start on the outside, I hope you have your notebook and I hope you have your tape measure, because that's what RVers do. So on the step in, the step is actually 20 inches. So pretty significant, but once again, this is a price leader, and I've used these extensively out on the road and they work great. Taking my kids, and I've used them all the way down in Florida, North Carolina. So these things work absolutely great. But one of the step-ins, I'm a younger family, so I don't think much about it. But nevertheless, when you step in, there is a step up there. So something to consider. Also, step in here, there's not a power step that you have to maintain. That first step there is 13 inches. So that step in, it's a little bit of a step, but it's not bad. So you can get in and out. Door, you're looking at 22 inches wide. So there's room to get in and out. Handle, they actually use EGS steel back behind all the attach points, outside, inside. So not just screwing into fiberglass and wood. So I'm going to shake this thing. It's attached to, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm shaking the whole unit. So once again, attached into steel on the attach points. We have a nice little storage bay down here for miscellaneous items. Now, I brought my cooler out today, 65 quart cooler, and it is to demonstrate. This is one of my favorite features. When I'm out on the road, we always carry this with us. We just have no idea what we're going to run into. We might get some artisan cheese. We were out in the Northwest. There was Rainier cherries. There's all kinds of good stuff on the road. So you want to have, you don't want to jam up your refrigerator all the time. So I like having a 65 quart cooler. This thing, it's almost like it's made to fit. So every time I go out on the road in this floor plan, I take this cooler. Now, as far as the opening, we'll call it 45 and a half by 30 inches. And it is 46 inches deep. So I love this storage compartment. You can put your chairs, you're ready to go, pull up camp, strollers. There's plenty of room to throw all kinds of items in. Of course, this is where you can store your sewer hose. Nice spot, you can pop those. Now I pulled out the on-the-go ladder. So a lot of people are curious about this. So as we walk over here, this is a traditional ladder. And on this traditional ladder, everyone that comes in that's pre-owned, they're almost always dented and broke. It never fails. Every pre-owned one, somebody hits something. So they're starting to get away from it. I think it's a great idea, because 50% of people want a ladder, 50% of people don't want the ladder. So this is the on-the-go ladder. So they go ahead and build in. It's permanently attached. Lippert makes it. And then the on-the-go ladder has the clips. It clips right in. So not only can you use it to get on top of your coach, but if you're putting up decorations, maybe on your awning, you have a ladder, which is nice. It stores away. It basically, you call it like a transformer. It gets small, and you can put it anywhere. It'll easily fit in that compartment. So 8,000 pound hitch, 8,000 pound hitch. So oversized. If you're pulling vehicle, trailer, this is a dyed gel coat. So keep it nice and waxed. It'll keep that shine. And as we walk around, we have our water connections on this side. City water and black tank flush, which is always nice. So clean out those black tanks. This is going to be your dump station. Black and gray, of course. You have 40 gallons of fresh. You have 37 gallons of gray. And you have 27 gallons of black. So plenty of capability while you're out there on the road. This is where you're going to plug in. This is your Sure Power. You're actually going to plug in. And if you're cable or you have a satellite, you can plug in right here. Now, on demand. Now, one of the things is if you're out on the road, it is nice to have unlimited hot water. There are some limitations. If you're boondocking, of course you want to reserve as much water as you can. And it does take a little while for that to cycle and get to your shower. So if you're going to shower together, as far as the whole family, you want to do it all at one time, as far as, because that hot water takes a while to get there. You don't want to waste that water while you're out on the road. If you're at a campground, then it does not matter. You have unlimited water that's flowing through there, and you have a dump station. You can just water dump. That's not a big deal. But if you're boondocking, it does take a while for this water to cycle and get back to the shower, and you only have 40 gallons. So you have to be cognizant of that. So generator, 4,000. This is one of my favorite features of any motorhome. No matter where you go, hey, even the power gets knocked out at the house and you need somewhere to stay for a couple days. How cool is that? Onboard generator, you can go in the motorhome and live. Runs right off the gasoline tank. So that works really well. 40 gallons of LP. So that's for your cooking, hot water, heat. And once again, you have this step up. They put a nice little window in the side for some light so you can see the windows around to give you that light on the inside. They brighten up the interior so when you're in the inside, it feels a lot bigger than it is. Now the last thing we're going to touch on is the molded cap. So instead of taking basically like a credit card and trying to unnaturally bend it and sweep it around and then that thing's trying to unseat, they actually mold this cap. It fits in. They have some nice light marker lights here to light you at night. And basically that's molded in. So it fits. You don't have to worry about as many leaks. And this, of course, is in the V8, Ford V8 7.3. And plenty of horsepower. Easy to navigate. So once again, when you're out on the road, great way to get around. And we're going to head on the inside and take a look at the options in there. Come on, hey, sometimes there's some rainy days. Sometimes you're out on the road with the family and you say, how can you operate in here with a lot of kids? So when we cook, the kids get banished to the bed or the Cabover. And there's plenty of room for both places. They can hang out on their iPads, playing games while we cook, get everything ready, serve it, then everybody comes down and we eat. Now, one of the things here is you actually get a porcelain toilet. So it's not plastic. Nice little medicine cabinet. I'm going to say, yeah, you're probably right around 7'4" clearance right here in the middle. So plenty of room being a shower curtain. Plenty of room to maneuver around. Nice little bathroom. Once again, in transit, it is invaluable to have a bathroom. Small kids love to use the bathroom. They love to snack. There's a lot of things they love to do on the road, and having a bathroom is a game changer. Now, corner beds, pluses and minuses. Being younger, I don't mind them. If you're older, it is definitely harder to get in and out of these beds, but the bed is present in transit. So if you're rolling down the road and you're just sick or you just need to take a nap, the bed is available. It don't fold up. So the actual width is 54 inches. 54 inches by 81. So when you're on the road, you want to come take a nap. It's a nice place to take a nap. Nice place when you're at your destination to hang out. MCD shades, which is nice. Not the accordion style that have tension and you got to fix them. So it's nice to get away from that. You have your furnace. It is not ducted. It's just not big enough. You don't need to be ducted. So you just got to be careful because this one actually, that's nice. They thought about that one. So sometimes those doors would get kind of close to that furnace, but they figured that out. So good storage. And they actually have the little ladder here for getting up into the bunk area. So good storage for clothes. They have the tethers. So if you have some car seats in here, you actually can attach to the tethers. 10 cubic. This is huge. When I first started, it was all about LP electric RV fridges, and now we're all electric. 10 cube, you get so much more room. Plus, if you have that cooler on the outside, it just gives you so much more space. Microwave, little 2-burner. You actually can use it for counter space, or you can flip it back. It's backlit. This is a nice little night light. Now, when you're running the AC, so this has been my experience, you can use the curtain because it's not ducted. So you have air coming out, going into the front, air going to the back. So it's pretty breezy. So, of course, you have the curtain on the back. So you can block the air can still get through. That's not a problem. You have a curtain in the bunk. So this has been my experience so far. You can block that air, not a problem. If you're sleeping the kids here, which we do, this is the only issue because if they're down here, there's all kinds of airflow. So what we've done is we'll take a blanket and basically make a little canopy right here, just kind of rig one because there's a lot of turbulence here. And so you have that cold air just circulating on them all night. So that's the only drawback with this floor plan. But like I said, you can use a blanket, cover them up, no problem. Once again, good visibility with the MCD shades, cup holders. This is big, in transit. Kids are belted in, have their drinks. I mean, you might stop. All kinds of things can happen, so it's nice to have these cup holders. Now, the Cabover bunk. So a lot of people are like, I don't want that. Back when I didn't have as many kids, this is my favorite spot to put my golf clubs. This is a great spot to put golf clubs. So if you're looking at the total depth of this is actually, to the sleeping, this is 52 inches. 52 inches. 52, I'm going to call it by 96, so 8 feet. So if you have somebody in your family that's taller, hopefully you don't have anybody in your family over 8 feet tall, but this is where they're going to sleep. This is where the ladder attaches, so you can actually put that down. That's your bed, and up here you got cup holders. Of course, you have a couple areas to vent, AC, and actually if you're cooking, you have a little fan. You can put this and pull out. If you're cooking, you got a lot of smoke, maybe bacon. Obviously, we like to cook on the outside. So this rig actually has an auto gen start as well. It ties into the voltage. So if your batteries get low, the generator automatically kicks on. That's a super nice feature that's starting to come into the Class Cs that used to be in the Gas A's and the gas diesels. And then finally the cab. And sometimes I'll take these things for a drive to show you how they drive, but almost everyone has driven a U-Haul, and this is what it feels like. It's a U-Haul experience. It's a better U-Haul experience. But that's why so many females like Class Cs, because they're comfortable driving this. And it does make a big difference if both parties can drive. If just one person is driving, it makes for a miserable trip. It is nice to have two people driving to have some help if you want to doze off, take a nap. So my wife is a great help to me, and she likes these Class Cs because it just feels like a truck. Now, one of the last things is this Cabover. I was on a test drive the other day, and the people were they couldn't believe how it makes it feel. So it is a different feel with that Cabover. Disadvantage, it cuts down on the visibility looking up. The advantage, if you're traveling, it keeps the glare off of you. And I notice that every time I take these. So keeps the glare off. If it's raining really hard, gives you a little bit of shelter as well. So there's some benefits as well. So once again, truck feel, great unit to get out on the road, and it's versatile. It's only 24 feet long. You can put the tail. Let's walk outside right quick, because everybody's like, well, I want to be able to park in a normal spot. This is so easy. This is so easy to take advantage of. So I just back it up. This tail, I find a spot where I can back up. I put the tail over the grass, and now your wheelbase is just like a regular vehicle. So you can park this thing anywhere. I've been down to the Everglades National Parks. You put the tail over the grass, you back it up, you can take a regular parking spot now. You can take this thing anywhere. You're at 11 feet tall, so the versatility of this unit is perfect. So this is our #1 seller in the motorhome world because it has everything you need. It has a ton of sleeping. It has all the amenities, and they're easy to resell just because of the price point and because of the size. People are comfortable with a 24-foot overall floor plan. So come out to RCD RV Top 50 Dealer. We're in the tournament. We've made the tournament. Come join us, and we'll show you this 21Z, and we'll show you some other ones, and we'll be glad to take care of you. And remember, whatever you do, leave the normal behind.